So this is day 62 of my journey to $1 million. And today I'm going to be going over two books I read just to document it for myself personally. And if you guys want some good book recommendations, I'm going to be going through these real quick. So start off, this first book I read about 3 weeks ago. It's called Limitless by Jim Quick. It's about a guy with a brain injury, or he always had trouble in school his whole time growing up, could never learn. And then he discovered some memory techniques and he grew his ability to actually learn information. And now he goes around the world teaching people how to learn as a living. So I first got interested into this book because I tried to read other books. I just could not retain any information. I felt like an absolute dumbass. So I was like, well, let me actually learn how to learn stuff. I got this book recommended to me. I highly recommend it. It goes over motivation and actually how to learn and memorize stuff. And it has some really useful information. But I would say my biggest takeaway from that book that I'd want to remember myself is that genius is not something you're born with, and everybody has the potential for genius or greatness. And the only reason people like to believe that it's something you're born with is because it relieves you of the responsibility of actually doing something about it. The next book I read is called Moonwalking with Einstein. It is actually a recommendation and quoted in this book. It goes into more of the logistical, like how to actually use the memory techniques. And this guy, he was a journalist. He covered the USA Memory Championships, and he ended up competing and winning a year after he started his journey trying to learn how to memorize stuff. Biggest takeaway is that while if you're trying to learn the memory techniques, they might not entirely help you because it is about like memorizing digits and strings of words. It doesn't really help with like retaining key points of something, which is what I wanted to retain. But doing the memory techniques is great practice, and it allows you to have a bigger inventory of things you can recall from, and you build that muscle of being able to recall back on things. So while you first read the technique is like, oh, I needed to memorize 100 digits of pi, but actually if you do practice it and you do the things in your head that would allow you to memorize 100 digits of pi, it does apply to other areas in your life. Well, Limitless still does teach them. This one goes a little bit more in depth. Anyways, that's day 62. Follow for day 63.